Hey, what it is, folks, you about to spend the next 30 minutes to an hour with your two favorite hosts that'll never leave you in the dark about any post with a ghost. You know what I'm talking about? You know exactly what we talking about. We clutched up, we clutched out. You feel me? I'm your boy, Coach B, aka Brody on the hustle. You know my saying. Hey, God, wake you up and put breath in your body to give you an opportunity to do what you got to do. Everything else is extra. Take full advantage. Be you, take care of the fam. Now let's go ahead and introduce our other host. It's my main man, Boss Hog, Boss Dog, K-Po through the door. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and let them know how you flow, K-Po.
Man, I'm blessed. Man, I'm blessed. I'm very thankful. I got the opportunity to get through this day, see this day. And y'all should be too. If you got to open your eyes, man, just be thankful and be blessed. And, if you made a mistake, it's all good. God forgive you. Hopefully He open your eyes for you on the next day for you to get the opportunity to correct your wrongs. But remember, tough times don't last. Good people do. All right. If you're going through anything, make sure you talk to somebody. Talk to God first, and get that other help that you need. That's all I gotta say.
Big stats, big facts. I like that. All right, let's go ahead and get to the nitty gritty of the situation. Pause. No freaky is in full effect at this point. You know what I'm saying? Let's go ahead and get into things. We here to talk that boxing. We here to be that real. So we're gonna give it to you raw and uncut. All right, here it is. Keyshawn Davis. Let's highlight that name. He's making minor moves, which, in my opinion, I feel like it's going to eventually turn into major moves in his favor. Let's go ahead and break down what I'm talking about. Keyshawn Davis, we know he has put it out in the atmosphere. He's trying to get into negotiation and talks with Edwin De Los Santos, who we all know is a former, fighter who's been in the ring with Shakur Stevenson, and we already know how that match went. There's no reason to go have a blast in the past. They both, Shakur Stevenson and Edwin De Los Santos, been in the ring. It wasn't the best performance in the fans' eyes for Shakur Stevenson, so we'll leave that at that. But I'm gonna go ahead and fast forward to the future real quick. If Keyshawn Davis gets in the ring with Edwin De Los Santos and he washes him in a fashionable favor and a crazy statement, I feel like, in my opinion, again, it's going to start to raise those questions. I'm going to get the eyebrows to be raised. Will that brotherly love between Keyshawn Davis and Shakur Stevenson start to take a different turn? Will the tide start to turn in a different manner? Will they finally start to break up and see it is what it is and they got to fight, or what? But anyways, now that I already mentioned that Keyshawn Davis is trying to get in the ring with Edwin De Los Santos, he's also pitched another bone out there for another fighter who just did what he did, and he in a lot of people's eyes, he looked good in the ring. He pitched something to Lamont Roach. He said, "Hey, Lamont Roach," not these exact words, but he basically said, "Hey, Lamont Roach, you just did what you did against Tank Davis. You know what I'm saying? You trying to prove, you know what I'm saying, who you is. We see you. It's a new fight in the division. I like, hey, what you think about us two getting in the ring? Keyshawn Davis and Lamont Roach. What you think about us doing our thing? You got a belt. I don't mind putting my belt on the line. Hey, what's up with it? You know what I'm saying?" Then he also put in the atmosphere too, like, you still can get your rematch with Tank. We just need to get in here and thug it out, thump it out. You know what I'm saying? So my question to you, K-Po, and the fans out there, with Keyshawn Davis doing what he's doing, he's paving a way for himself. The question is, do you feel like Keyshawn Davis is racing his way to superstardom faster than Shakur Stevenson, better than Shakur Stevenson, and also making a better resume than Shakur Stevenson? K-Po, go ahead, let them know how you flow.
I most definitely feel like Keyshawn Davis is moving in the right manner. He will surpass Shakur Stevenson in star power. I think that Keyshawn Davis is not politicking. Shakur Stevenson is politicking. And what I mean by that is, I know, excuse me, a lot of the Bud Booty Wars, the Shakurian fans, are going to sit there and say, oh, he's calling out everybody. But talking don't make fights, right? Yeah, Keyshawn Davis is talking, but he putting action behind it. He's in talks with Aaron De Los Santos, right? Which is a great fight. And like you pointed out, if he's able to beat Aaron De Los Santos better than Shakur Stevenson, that's going to raise some eyebrows. And it's going to validate what I've been saying about Keyshawn Davis. Because Keyshawn Davis is a, I feel like, better fighter and is more well equipped than Shakur Stevenson. Shakur Stevenson does one thing well, and that's box. But Keyshawn Davis, I feel like, is a better all around fighter than Shakur Stevenson. So I think that, that's step one, going in the right direction. Him fighting Aaron De Los Santos. Step two, step into Lamar Roach. I love that. I do. You know what I mean? Giving Lamar Roach that opportunity. He talking about, hey, Lamar Roach stood in front of Tank, the hardest puncher in the weight class. I would love to fight him. It's going to be fireworks. And I agree. Lamar Roach is a very skillful fighter. A lot of people underestimate Lamar Roach's skills. Okay? Just because he's not well known, right? We can't diminish his skill set. And this dude is a very skillful fighter. So I think that would be fireworks. And if Keyshawn Davis is willing to put himself on the line and basically get these type of fights done and get these fights, it's only up for him. Because think about it. If he fights Edwin De Los Santos, beats him, stops him, fights Lamar Roach, beats him or stops him, his stock rises. What does that open up? A possible Devontae Tank Davis fight. If Lomachenko still want to continue fighting, a possible Lomachenko fight. Heck, all those guys at 140. You know what I'm saying? The Gary Antoine Russells, the Teofimos. He wants that fight. He wants to fight Teofimo Lopez. The Ryan Garcias, the Richardson Hitchens, the Liam Parros, all those guys at 140, right? That opens those doors for those opportunities. Devin Haney. You know what I'm saying? So, and I'm picking Keyshawn Davis in that one too. But he's moving in the right manner. He got the right mindset. He got the right skill set. You could tell this man believes in his stuff. I don't get that vibe from Shakur. Shakur looks for validation from people. Keyshawn Davis know who he is as a fighter and as a man. So I definitely think that Keyshawn Davis will surpass Shakur Stevenson if he continues on this path.
Right on. In addition to everything you just said, Capo, and I'm gonna let you know now, I'm 1,000% in agreement with everything you just said. You know what I'm saying? In addition to that, let's say, okay, cool, Keyshawn Davis, he didn't pave the way for himself. He done made a name for himself. And push come to shove, that alliance they got going, that name pops up, Shakur Stevenson. At this point, the way Keyshawn Davis is moving, do you think he would back down or still throw that same, narrative out there? Oh, that's my brother, this and that. He got me right for an hour. We would never fight each other. If he gets all this stuff accomplished and it's going the way you kind of put it out there, do you think he turns down the fight, or he get in the ring with Shakur Stevenson and thug it out and be brothers after the fight?
Yesterday's price won't be today's price. So what I mean by that is this: right now, if they fight, they're not gonna make a lot of money. Why? Because they don't look at Keyshawn Davis as an elite fighter, right? But if Keyshawn Davis is able to prove himself, his stock goes up, his asking price goes up. So if they come to the table and be like, hey, we're gonna give you 80 million, and Shakur, we'll give you 80 million. He's not turning down that fight. All that, that's my brother, I love him. All of that, trash. You know what I'm saying? Out the window, bro. They gonna fight. And I think they'll make a lot of money. Nah, I'm gonna be real with you. I'm gonna go straight raw. Straight cut, no chaser. Keyshawn Davis will stop Shakur Stevenson. If they let this man get experience, he's stopping him, bro. And I'm just saying, Shakur, your best bet for him to win is to fight him now. If that man get experience, it's over. That's all I'm saying.
Right on. Hey, like my boy K-Po said, it is what it is. Hey, I think Keyshawn Davis could watch him now, if I'm being honest. You know what I'm saying? Me and K-Po, you done heard us go straight left on Keyshawn Davis before. because of the way he was moving, how he was following Shakur Stevenson's footsteps, how he was going into that brotherly love romance with Shakur and Bud. At first, we was on his throat. We wasn't letting up. You know what I'm saying? But now he's starting to make that turn. He's starting to mature in a different manner. He's starting to actually become what we say a fighter should be. He's trying to fight the best of the best. And if you're going to do that, I can respect how you move, because this is one of those sports where your name only going to shine if you're dying to get in there with the best of the best. You feel me? So with that being said, cut the story short, I like how Keyshawn Davis is moving. I like the fact that he's trying to get in the ring with Edward De Los Santos. I like that he's mapping out Lamont Roach. I like that he's doing everything beforehand. He's speaking it into existence, and I see all of this happen. You know what I'm saying? I see all of this happening for Keyshawn Davis. So, you know what I'm saying? I applaud him, hand clap. You know what I'm saying? Because he's starting to mature faster, earlier, and better than, you know, his mentors in Bud Crawford and Shakur Stevenson. Now, we already mentioned Shakur Stevenson and Bud Crawford. Let's go ahead and segue into the next topic, the next subject. So, your boy, y'all boy, you know, Bud Crawford, you know what I'm saying? He's put out in the atmosphere that in his fight, in his main card, he would like Tank and Shakur to be the co-main event. Now let me say this. Let me say this. Bud has already called Tank cocky. He says he needs to humble himself, etc., etc. Now, when it comes to Terence Crawford, this is a guy who's trying to get into the ring with Canelo, and he's saying it's his main card. Number one, you're not the main draw. You haven't made any real money in the sport of boxing since you've been around. You made some dough, you made some bread, but when it comes to real money, let's be honest, this is why you're doing what you're doing. This is why you're risking it all right here to get in the ring with a Canelo. It's not about winning. It's about securing the bag for Bud Crawford. And let's be honest, it ain't nothing wrong with that. I ain't knocking you for that. But at the same time, you can't tell a guy like Tank Davis to humble yourself, don't be so cocky, and be my co-main event. When you moving how you moving, Bud Crawford, you getting in the ring with Canelo, making it seem like you're the draw. Not only that, you skipping a line. You got all these other fighters been doing their damn thing, trying to get in the ring with a Canelo, actually going through the heat of the battle, getting in there with the elites just to prove to Canelo, I can be in the ring with you, I can fight with you. But yet, you coming up, you just got a belt in one division. You know what I'm saying? You about to relinquish those belts. You about to let that go to move up 2 weight classes, skip the line, get in the ring with Canelo. And then not only that, to further add to the situation, you're already trying to map out other fighters' future to say, hey, I'm coming back down to fight you. And yes, he was interviewed. Terence Crawford said, hey, after I'm done locking horns or banging heads with Canelo in the ring, I'm looking to go back down and challenge a Murtazalev or Sebastian Fundor. Now, I just said a lot, K-Po. You can go ahead and spin it however you want to spin it, however you want to answer it. But he telling he asking Shakur and Tank to be the co-main event. And Shakur has came out and said, nah, big bro, I feel like me and Buddy, me and Cuz we the biggest fight in boxing. Now, with all that being said, go ahead, chop it up how you want to chop it up, K-Po. Let the people know how you flow.
Terence Crawford, man, is funny. He's funny to me, man. For starters, like you pointed out, this ain't his undercard, Canelo's undercard. It's the prostitute. Canelo the prostitute, right? And the reason why I just got to go left with Canelo real quick. The man sat there and said, I will not fight Terence Crawford. But then backdoor would come back and fight Terence Crawford. What are we doing? Right? The dude threw some money at you, you start dropping it low. Pause. The man stripping for turkey LC. You know what I mean? That's just what it is. Pause. Big pause on that, but we got to keep it 1,000. You know what I mean? But Gervonta Tank Davis versus Shakur is not an undercard fight. That's just what it is. It's not. It's bigger than Canelo versus Terence Crawford. You wanna know why? Because nobody really care about seeing Canelo fight Terence Crawford, but the Bud Buddies. I don't like the fight. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'll watch it, but I don't really too much care. It's not a fight that I desire to see. I want to see Canelo fight Dave Benavidez, Terence Crawford fight Murtazalev, or Jamil Charlo, or any of the other champions that want to be for Sebastian Fundora, any of the other champions. But you going up to weight class to fight Canelo, and what I find it funny is Terence Crawford is always getting put in these positions where he don't gotta go through the fire. I did a video about that today. It's gonna drop tomorrow. But he never gets put through the fire. He always get put in positions where he just gotta fight one person. He did that 147, right? He went the easy route. He fought who he fought. Yeah, he fought Sean Porter, but it wasn't the same Sean Porter. Yeah, he fought Kell Brook, but it wasn't the same Kell Brook that L. Spence fought.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't go through the ringer. Terence Crawford know what he's doing. He trying to get paid. 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 He paid. That's what he want. That's why he finna try to go fight Canelo. So he can get that money. And then he talking about he gonna go back down. I'm telling you right now, after Canelo done with him, he ain't gonna want to go back down. He gonna go back down to Omaha, Nebraska and retire. That's what he gonna do. He not going back down nothing. Because think about it. Why would you beat Canelo, become undisputed champion, 168 pounds, and then relinquish the belt and go back down to 154? What are you doing? Why even fight Canelo? Just stay at 154 and go through the gauntlet.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand. You know, you went through the gauntlet at 140, but there was nobody there at 140.
Mm-hmm.
You go to 147, PBC got all the smoke, you hollering from across the street, go over there. Like 4 extra straight, go over there off the bat.
Mm-hmm.
You going in there. And he didn't do that. He didn't do that until Earl got in an accident. He didn't do that until Earl, because truthfully, Earl could have been like, you got nothing to offer me. I don't got to fight you. Yeah, you got the last belt, but you don't bring any revenue. Earl had to give up money to make this fight happen. You understand that?
Mm-hmm.
He had to give up money. He gave you money out your own pocket. So I'm not trying to hear this shit, bro. We all know you can't pee on me and tell me it's raining. I'm sorry.
Big
You understand? I mean, Terence Crawford is a heck of a fighter, has a lot of accolades, but his career, out of all the champions in history, he kind of had it made for him. I'm not gonna lie to you. Yeah, he come from nothing. He got into boxing. He had to earn it, but at the same time, he rubbed elbows with the right people to put him in positions to get certain accolades. So the whole undercard thing, he need to throw that in the trash. That fight, Tank versus Shakur, would do better numbers, in my opinion, than Canelo versus Terence Crawford. That's a main event by itself. Him going back down to 54 is retarded. Roy Jones Jr. tried to do that, and he got sparked. So what you think is going to happen to you if you go to 68 and try to go back down to 54? That jumping weight class stuff, going up, come back down, it's not healthy for you. I'm done with it.
Mm-hmm. Hey, you've been cooked, Bud Crawford. You've been cooked. My boy K. Poden did his thing with you. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm going to add this real quick. Last thing before we go. With that being said, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to back it up to Tank and Shakur again. Do you feel like the Tank and Shakur fight is the biggest fight in boxing? Do you feel like that's a must-have, must-see, everybody got to tune in type of fight? Do you feel like that is the fight of the century between Shakur and Tank Davis? And go ahead and let them know something real quick.
Honestly, I don't feel like that's the biggest fight in boxing, but I do feel like it'll do good numbers because it's Tank. I think that that's a fight that people want to see partially. And the reason why I say that is because it's a lot of bandwagon. I feel like Devin Haney versus Tank is a bigger fight than Tank versus Shakur.
Mm-hmm.
In my opinion. Although Devin Haney looked how he looked against Ryan Garcia, I just feel like it's more of a grudge match, Tank versus Devin Haney, than Tank versus Shakur. Tank versus Shakur is not really a grudge match to me. Right. It's going to be a one-sided beatdown, somebody going to sleep, and it ain't Tank. Now, Devin, I'm just being real. Now, Devin, he has the tools to beat Tank. He's bigger. He's athletic. He got fast twitching muscles, right? So he has the tools and capabilities to make it more interesting for Tank. Now, I still think Tank beat him, but I think it's gonna be tougher. I don't see Shakur being a tough fight for Tank. I'm sorry. The man has nothing to keep that man off him. Nothing. At least Devin Haney gonna try. Devin Haney ain't got a lot of power, but he gonna try. He gonna let them hands go.
Mm-hmm.
Shakur, if he sense any sense of danger, holla pimp. The boy, he's not. He ain't taking no risks. None. Zilch. He may throw a punch. He may throw a jab and win the round by landing one punch. No, against Tank, Tank gonna let you do that, and then he gonna catch you, and then it's
Mm.
Microsoft power off button sleep.
Big facts. Mr. On Demand strikes again. In my opinion, I agree with you. He get knocked out. I don't even see Shakur making it past the 6, 7 round, and that would tank. So I'm in agreement with you. It's not the biggest fight in boxing, but if we get a chance to see it, I'll sit down and watch it. But with all that being said, we've just reached the end of the podcast. You know what I'm saying? We chopped it up about Keyshawn Davis. We talked about Bud Crawford and his antics. We talked about Shakur Stevenson. We talked about Tank. We had Lamont Roach in there. I even mentioned Murder Zalev and Fundora. So you see, we over here, we shed light on any and everybody that deserves it. Even if you don't deserve it, we might still throw you in there and give you some credit. You feel me? But anyways, with that being said, K-Po, go ahead and close us out.
Man, like I tell you, man, continue to support us, man. It's the Genesis. Our channel is growing. Subscribers is growing. Like I told y'all the other day, we have people who are thanking us for our boxing viewpoint. So, continue to support us, man, because I'm telling you, you better jump on the bandwagon now before it's too late. We're always going to have people being able to jump on the bandwagon, but we just thankful to be in this position. You know what I mean? Continue to follow us on this journey. We're gonna add things to the channel. We're gonna make different changes. If you have any ideas, put them in the comment section. If you have any constructive criticism, make sure it's positive. Because if it's negative, I'm a body bag and toe tag. Yeah, no, I'm serious. So at the end of the day, just be respectful, man. We grown men. We could take some criticism, but when you start getting too disrespectful and personal and direct, we gonna check it. That's just what it is. Um, like I told y'all before, tell your mama, your grandma, your auntie about Clutch Factory. We here. We ain't going nowhere. We gonna keep applying pressure on y'all neck. We like the Houston Heat. We gonna suffocate y'all, and that's just what it is. Boss. That's Coach. We out here.